Here we have a Boker, and it's a Boker Plus DW-2 folder. It's a very small knife, and first, before I get into the knife, I just want to say, being a German knife maker, knife company made over in Germany, they they really know how to package their stuff. Okay, this is not an expensive knife. This guy, it's not an expensive knife, and most of their knives are not all that pricey either. But check out, this is how it comes. When I took it out of the shipping packaging, it has this white sleeve that goes over the actual Boker box itself, and this is the inside of the box doesn't slide out or anything. What you have here is the front of it has a little magnet here and magnet there that it grabs, that the little magnets gently grab each other, as you can hear it click. And they've got their beautiful little emblem, not perfectly centered or level, but it's on the box in the silver chrome look. And so you open it up, and it's all one piece. The whole box is all one piece, and you have the knife in a nice little foam pad that's in the box, and it's actually they glue it into the box, but you can pull it out. So you can see the little glue that was there. I pulled it out just because I was like, ooh, this is a neat looking box. I want to see how it went all together. But so as you can see, the DWT folder, he's a little guy. The blade length is 1.6 inches, so just over 1.5 inches. And you really get only 1.5 inches of actual cutting blade there. And it is AUS 8 steel on that. So it and it's the stonewash. The blade on this one is the stonewash. I like the stonewash. I think it looks pretty, and a lot of people claim that it does a better job of hiding any blemishes, any scratches, or anything that happens to the blade through years of use. The total weight on this little bad boy is 1.62 ounces. They take it to the 10th of an ounce there. 1.62 ounces. And it's a frame lock right there. So the actual one side of the frame is the steel, and then the other side is the, I believe it's a G10. Yeah, I believe it's a G10. Yeah, that's a G10. Two different tones of texture on it. You kind of have these two groove spots cut out that are smooth, and then the spaces around them are kind of like a skateboard grip to it, almost. So smooth and then rough, smooth and rough. So the smooth part, I guess, is where your fingers are supposed to go when you curl up around the handle. Is where your fingers are supposed to go. And it's got nice little thumb studs, both-sided ambidextrous thumb studs, and but because of the fact that it is a frame lock, and the pocket clip is actually a pretty large pocket clip for this size of a knife. That's a pretty large pocket clip. On this side of the blade, I would not say that it is all that terribly comfortable no, it's really not all that comfortable for left-handed use or left-handed opening. So yeah, I mean that's awkward trying to get on this size of knife, trying to get that thumb stud out when you've got this ginormous pocket clip in the way. So I would not say that this works out very well for one-handed opening from a left-handed position. And yeah, it's more suited for right-handers. And the clip can only be on that side. It's not reversible or switchable. And it is tip up carry for right side pocket. So I love the stone wash. I love the blade is really neat. The curvature right here makes it to where you can, for the most part, use it as a slicer dicer type guy, and then it curves up here, which then would give you a little bit more of a pushing, scraping use to it, and it tapers off very, very sharply here. I mean, they claim that it's like a modified Wharncliffe because of the fact that instead of a Wharncliffe would gradually come out, and then the blade would be, a good bit longer. They chop it off right there. They just put a steep drop to it, and that gives you a nice little point there for breaking boxes open and stuff, which is kind of what I would see this as, is a glorified box cutter, a box cutter that's not a box cutter. That's actually a folding knife. So is a neat little guy. For around $20, I think is what it was when I purchased it on Amazon. It's a neat little knife for $20 with the Aus 8 steel. Smaller hands would do better with this. If your hands are any much bigger than mine, I think that you would be just a little too irritated on opening and closing it, and just in general you just would be like, that's way too small of a knife for me. But for those of us who are a little more comfortable and don't mind these tiny little guys, and sometimes enjoy using these tiny little guys for things like opening letters or opening up small packages and stuff on a regular or occasional use, it's a nice little knife for that price, for around $20, and you get the Aus 8 steel. Not the greatest of steels again. Would love to see a VG10 or a S30V steel for the blade, for the sake of the fact that those two steels hold a better edge a whole lot longer. This guy will have to be sharpened, but for the shape of the blade, it won't be difficult to sharpen that up real quick. And Aus 8 does sharpen pretty darn quickly. They're pretty easy to sharpen. So it's a neat little knife. The only thing I want to say is, and it's not so much about the knife, although the fact that the way the size of the pocket clip is crazy big for the size of this knife, and that makes it a little difficult and a little more irritating for left-handed open. And I can say that because technically I am left-handed, even though, especially for little blades, I tend to be have a lot easier time opening up knives with my right hand. But I'm not sure why that is. Technically I'm ambidextrous, but I do most things with my left hand. But yeah, I think that in general, Boker, I like this little guy. I like this little knife, but he's and really it's only your little guys, the smaller folders that Boker has and sells, that I actually like the designs of. Their larger knives just look a whole lot more tactical, and the blades are big and just not practical for everyday carry and my kind of use, my particular preference. Again, that's just me and the relationship that I have with Boker, and when I was looking at all of their knives in their lineup, and none of them really speaking to me other than the little ones, the DW and the Nano, and there's like one or two others that are all blades under 2 1/4 inches in length. But no, I gotta hand it to the packaging. I love the packaging. This is great. When you're looking for a quality knife and this is the packaging that it comes in, you know they ain't fooling around with you. That you're actually, for the most part, getting your money's worth in it, and that is going to be a solid knife for you to use for quite a number of years on a regular basis. So good job on you, Boker. This is a great little box cutter, letter opener, what have you. Everyday carry for those with smaller hands that kind of prefer the smaller blades, smaller knives. Less scary to open out in front of the public, to use out in public. So that's that.